You're listening to the Comic Crusaders Podcast. I am your host, Al Mega, CEO of Comic Crusaders and Undercover Capes. In this show, I'm sitting down with creators from all walks of life to talk about inspiration, process, the lessons they've learned, and a whole lot more. Wepa, what up, mi gente? This is your boy, Al Mega. Welcome to a brand new Comic Crusaders Podcast. And today, you're talking indie, baby, indie comics. Today we have an amazing guest. Supposed to be two, but the other half, the better half, if you will, couldn't join us today. And that's okay. So shout out to you. I'll mention your name in a moment, but let's talk about this. I want to bring on screen, right, a author, editor, publisher, Harvey Award nominee. He is the 2021 Post Society of Baltimore Saturday Visitor Award. And he has a project coming out right now. The one, the only, Dwight L. MacPherson. What's popping, kiddo? How you doing?
Thank you. Hey, thanks for having me, Al.
Thank you for coming,
You've been busy. We've both been busy, I guess, huh?
Well, we both been killing it. That's what it is. Just doing what we got to do to celebrate this wonderful community that we're all a part of. You know, the comic book community, the indie comic book community, pop culture fandom is a beautiful thing when there's a lot of positivity behind it. You know what I'm talking about, all right? And then, you know, a shout out to your lady, Rebecca, that couldn't be here today. Hope all is well. You know, hopefully I'll catch you next time because I really wanted to introduce you guys. And the next independent power couple, the Jay-Z and Beyonce of indie comics.
Wonder Twin powers activate.
Hey, so my brother, thank you for joining me and talk to me, brother. I need the origin story, Dwight. Let me know where you hail from, where you come from, where you at now, and what was the origin story of your fandom?
Okay, well, my name is Dwight L. MacPherson, and I'm originally from Michigan, currently living in Florida, also known as the Promised Land, right?
But you're not a Florida man yet, right?
Man, I've been a comics fan my whole life. I mean, I can remember making comic books from the time that I could hold a crayon. You know, making them on, we used to take grocery bags. We used to cut them up and we would,
I remember
that, right? And so I would draw on there and, I thought I was going to be an artist, actually. I always enjoyed writing and journaling. But as I got older and more like into high school, and I saw that I could draw what I wanted to, but it took me forever. And, having ADHD before they actually had a diagnosis.
In the 80s, they used to be like, shut up, stop it. What is wrong with you?
I couldn't get it out fast enough. So I was actually going to attend Ringling Art School in,
word?
Yeah, down the coast. But, I couldn't get it out fast enough. And what I found was that if I wrote, I could write a lot faster and get comics done. In fact, I don't know if you're familiar with J.S. Earls. He's got a podcast now as well, but we've known each other since middle school. I would write the comics. He would draw the comics.
Oh, cool. Wait a minute. So I need that origin story. Who introduced you to all this? Was there anyone in particular or was it self-discovery?
To comics?
Yeah.
Well, I will say this. From the time that I can remember, my parents had comics in front of me.
Really?
I mean, I had like old coverless Superman, Marvel family. Yeah, the real Marvel family.
That's
what I'm saying?
I know. The real one.
Oh,
the real Marvel.
The real Captain Marvel. Yeah. But yeah. I love the Shazam thing. It's cool. I love it.
I really dig that though, because that means your parents were a comic power couple back then too. They had all this stuff for you. Because it was mama buying me as kind of bribery to take care of my brother. You know what I mean? Hey, I gotta go out on Saturday. You watch your baby brother. I'll bring you something. All right, bet. Don't you worry, mom. Make sure he good.
I don't know how it happened. If they went to a yard sale and they had some old comics, or I don't know how they came to get those.
That's cool though.
But I read them and I loved them. And as soon as I had money, I was buying them off the spinner racks. And I
keep hearing that Michigan has 7-Elevens with spinner racks. I grew up in New York. I've never seen a spinner rack and a 7-Eleven in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, they were on the newsstand.
Yeah, we had newsstands.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
absolutely.
newsstands, the corner store, and sometimes the bodega might have something, but they would normally have the digest.
Mm, okay.
But I never saw 7-Eleven spinner rack, man. You guys from Michigan are making me jealous. I swear to God, you must be the first guy from Michigan I've spoken to tells me this.
Really?
Yeah.
They had them everywhere. They were everywhere. And then we moved down to Florida, and they had spinner racks here as well.
I came too late to Florida.
you were deprived. I'm sorry. My wife is from New York City as well, so
maybe she's ask her if she ever saw one in a 7-Eleven. Me as a Brooklyn boy, I never saw one.
Okay, I will definitely do that.
I wish she was here. I could ask Rebecca. I need you now.
Well, and I actually met Rebecca because of comics.
Oh, wait! I want to get into that. Hold on.
Oh yeah.
Before we get into that, the romance, if you will.
Yeah.
So you started creating, right? As a youngin and all. Now, when did you start taking it serious? Like, okay, I really want to do this with my life. When did that happen?
Oh wow. Well, I was a sergeant in the Army. I was stationed in.
Thank you for your service, brother. Thank you.
It's an honor to serve. But thank you. I appreciate it. But I was serving there, and before I left, they said, Sergeant MacPherson, when you come back, you'll be Specialist MacPherson. And I said, what? No, I won't. Oh, yeah, man, there's so many girls and, clubs and, cheap liquor over there. And I said, no, I won't. And I actually used that time, that year that I spent away from my family, I used it to research and write a comic book called Dead Men Tell No Tales.
Oh, okay.
And so that's what I did. And I came back as sergeant, of course. No problems. But I was injured, sadly, and was medically separated, shortly after that. But hey, I'd do it all over again. I'm proud to have served my country. But so anyways, clear across the country, when I got out, I was a single dad. I had 3 kids. I took them back to the East Coast.
Single dad, wow! Not just a soldier, but a single papa. I know that's tough on dudes, man, for real. So salute to you on that too. Awesome.
I don't know how I did it, but
wow. Hey, man, I could tell, bro. Look at this. You're like me, bro. Look at this. Hey. I mean, you're still a little darker than mine. Damn, bro.
you do what you got to do for your kids. I mean,
yeah, you do, man.
But clear across country in California, there was a producer of stage and film who went to Meltdown Comics.
Well, I know Meltdown
in LA, and it's no longer there, man. They shut it down, which sucks. But there was a young lady that walked in there, and she saw a comic book, covered by Ben Templesmith, and she said, "Oh my gosh, pirates!" And Pirates of the Caribbean was just hitting right then, so she picked it up and bought it. And she loved it. So she contacted my publisher, excuse me. And the publisher got him in touch with me. And 2 years later, we were married. She moved clear across
2 years later? What a pimp, son. He did
from
that.
From the West Coast to the East Coast. And we will celebrate this Monday. We'll celebrate 13 years of marriage.
Wow. Salute, kiddo. Look at this. More salute. Jeez, bro.
Oh man, she's amazing. I mean, anybody who is a creator, if you don't have that special kind of supportive teammate, it's hard. Well, marriage is hard anyways, but if you don't have somebody that supports you and has the same vision as you, man, you're not going to make it.
Yeah, it's tough. It's challenging. Don't make it any harder. I mean, support your spouse, people. Simple. Whoever it is that's doing the thing. Support them. Just show love. I mean, that's all. If it's not taking them away from their responsibilities, just give them the love, the support. I mean, that's all what any creator needs, man, for real. Right. And that's what does make a powerful couple. Because I've had other couples before, and I see that it's a symbiotic relationship of support, love, and motivation, and being honest when they got to be honest, but constructive.
Well, I mean, we really do. We really are a team. I mean, she is my editor. She's my sounding board.
Oh,
we have I can't pan over here, but I actually have the plot for another story, and we've been working on it and researching. We have a mood board on the other wall, which has got all kinds of images that I can't show.
It must look like a mad scientist laboratory. Someone goes,
Yes.
what are all these notes?
Exactly. Well, I'm not that bad. Like Alan Moore. You've heard the stories about Watchmen with the big blackboards.
Yeah, I know. Mathematical equations of stories.
Yeah, I don't do that. No alchemy, but we do a lot of research, and we really want to do things to the best of our ability, and that's why we started Hocus Pocus Comics.
When did that start?
That was 2000, and I want to say 2019 is when we started. So we've been doing it for 3 years now.
So it's still in its infancy. It's a baby still. Awesome. Yeah. Great. And an entrepreneur. Another hat. Look at this guy.
Well, I did the traditional thing. I did an original digital series for DC Comics.
Oh,
I've had books published through Image. I've done IDW.
How do you get these opportunities, bro? I know there's a lot of people that listen and always are wondering, like, how can I step in? What step did you take at the time to get yourself involved and get stories out?
Create. Put your work out there any way you can do it. I'm a big supporter of webcomics. I think webcomics are the greatest way to get something out there. I was nominated for a Harvey Award because of a webcomic that I had.
How did you feel, bro? A Harvey Award nominee? That's amazing.
And so I was approached by Image about actually publishing the book there. So I said, yeah, let's do this. And we had the Surreal Adventures of Edgar, Allan, Pooh. Flash forward, to all those years, and I wanted to revise the story. And you know how it is. I mean, if a novelist is they're going to release a revision or a new copy of his book, they ask for revisions. Would you like to send some revisions? They can do that, but what do you do when you're a comic writer? Okay. You can revise the word bubbles, but what if you want to change the story in some ways? So we had to totally re-illustrate 2 books, 96 pages each of material, and reproduce those, and rebrand it with a new title. And we've released the first 2 books, and this Kickstarter it's for the 3rd book, but we're offering all 3 books on there.
Oh, amazing.
This one, I feel like this is my magnum opus. This is the book this is the one. It's the one I feel I was born to write, and it really combines things that I love, like Lord of the Rings, Alice in Wonderland, Chronicles of Narnia, the great classics, the Odyssey, the Iliad, the Aeneid. It combines.
That's your take. No, that's your flavor of storytelling.
Yes, well, it depends. If you look at, I have a broad body of work. I think I've done every genre that you can possibly do out there. I even did like a romance comic.
Oh, bro. Hey, listen.
But
the greats started with romance, like a Kirby and them. Remember that. They started in romance.
Yeah.
So, don't knock the romance books. I mean, hey, some people want to get, a little lovey-dovey.
It wasn't exactly romance. It was a book, Grimm, American McGee's Grimm. And I made it like a romance story, but, this horrible ogre type character is trying to bring these 2 people together. And even when he tries to do something good, it comes out horribly wrong. But still, it's funny. You can find it. It's American McGee's Grimm. Had a lot of fun writing that.
We're going to check that out, for real. That sounds dope. Because I want to show the Kickstarter in a minute, too. Now, shout out to Kevin from Ink Pub, too, man. Because he connected us. So big shout, Kev. You're the man, bro. And I hope you're healing well after your stuff. So, we'll be catching up soon, kiddo. But before we continue talking, and chatting about this project, people wondering, what is he talking about? Just in case. Let's show this cool little trailer you don't send me. You ready?
Okay.
Let's get it done. Jesus Christ, that is a dope trailer. But looking at that art, my gorgeous, the coloring and Poe looked like Poe, son. I'm like, whoa.
Yes. Well, that's Juan Ferreira.
Oh, well, I know Juan Ferrer.
Yeah.
That gotta come
Yep.
to the show, kiddo. Tenemos que hablar. ¿No?
He's a good man. He did the cover for the first book, and it's so iconic. Everybody stops when they walk by and they say it's Poe. I mean, everybody knows it.
Gorgeous.
And I met up with one at New York Comic Con a few years back, and he actually said, "Here, I want you to have this, bro," and he gave me the original.
No.
So I mean, I got it framed over here. You know.
Awesome.
Yeah. I have a Frenchie, by the way, and
hello, Frenchie.
That's him. Right there. He has his own webcomic. Actually, it's on Webtoon.
Really?
Pip's Monster House.
Oh man, so Pip is very dangerous, huh?
Pip is very dangerous. The log line is it takes a monster to beat a monster, and you know.
Yeah, yo, listen, my next door neighbor has two little small dogs that like the scariest things I've ever seen. They want to charge, and then I see big dogs. They just look at me like, "Yo, what up?" Like, okay.
That's Frenchies. Frenchies they're tough, man.
They have Napoleon syndrome, apparently.
They think they're Wolverines, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
It is, you know.
I'm way bigger, bro. Let me just show you. Stop it.
Exactly.
You know? And let's look at this gorgeous project right here, folks. Look at this, kiddos. I mean, with 17 days to go, right? You were looking at 3 racks. We're at 4, over 4, right? And keeping on going. Awesome job to both of you. And talk to me. What did you name this the Poeverse? Tell me all about why you chose Poe specifically as well.
As far as the Poeverse, that was Kevin's doing. So
hey, Kevin.
Yeah. Well, you know, ever since I was a kid, one of my great memories is watching, you know, monster movies with my dad. And I can remember we were watching these certain movies, and it says, you know, based on the novel by Edgar Allan Poe, based on the novel written by Edgar Allan Poe. So I said, you know,
who is this guy?
This guy must be awesome, right? So that started my fascination with Poe's work. And as I actually got older and started researching Poe the man, I felt a connection with him through a lot of his experiences in his life. And so I decided I wanted to do something starring Poe that would draw attention to his work and his genius. I mean, the man definitely was a genius.
Yes, yeah, ahead of his time.
Yeah, he was. He was
way ahead of his time.
He was a visionary, and that's why he wasn't accepted in his time. You know, like he should have been.
Like him and Lovecraft. I mean, Lovecraft, you know, wrote a little rough, you know, if you will, but the dude was ahead of his time.
And he got paid by the word, so of course he's going to use a ton of adjectives and get paid more. You know, but the mythos that he created, it still stands the test of time. It's one of the most amazing.
Do we blame Lovecraft then for them trying to now, you know, changing the pay rate?
No. Hey, you know, a writer's got to do what a writer's got to do, you know.
I hear you.
But that's really why Poe, because I wanted to draw attention to not only the man's work, but also his, his life, a lot of the tragedy that he experienced. But, you know, what I started thinking about was, this is just how my crazy brain works, right? I started thinking, you know, what did Edgar Allan Poe dream about? You know, he wrote life is but a dream within a dream, right? And I remember reading that and saying, what would Poe dream about? So I started thinking about it, and Poe was extremely well read. He loved the classics of literature. He loved mythology. You know, I mean, you can see it presented in a lot of his stories. Egyptology. In fact, I was talking with a friend who's an Egyptologist about that. She's actually writing the foreword for our book.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she's been on the History Channel with her husband and Discovery. And and they're great people, but they read the book and they loved it. That's what I'm saying. People from all walks of life, from all levels, you know what I mean? Whatever you want to say, from the highly educated to children. I mean, everybody loves the book. They find a character that they can connect with. So that's really what I wanted to do. What would he dream about? He didn't have movies. He didn't have television. He had books and he had the stage. So since he had all this mythology that he was taking in, what about if he goes inside a mythological kind of themed world inside his own head called Terra Somnium, or the world of dreams? And I actually gave him a guide, much like Dante's Inferno or the Aeneid. So he has a guide who's helping him through this voyage. I don't want to give away too much.
Don't give us too much, but tease. Try to tease. Make believe you're on that stripper pole of comics and just tease us with your words.
It's a journey. Like it says in the trailer, he had a psychotic split, and during that time when he lost his wife, he also said that he became insane with horrible periods of sanity. So in other words, the insanity was more comforting to him than actually
living in the real world.
Than thinking about what really was going on. So this story is true. And this story is really, I think that he would love it, and I hope he would, just because it does that, because it takes life's journey and it breaks it in a way that adults and children can connect with it and understand what's going on and what's happening, see the struggles, see the conflicts, and actually resolves them as he's coming together and becoming more aware of himself and aware of where he needs to go, where he wants to be.
Okay.
So it's a journey from darkness to light, if you will. It's a redemptive story. It's I'm so thankful that I was able to write this story, and I will tell you, this last book, I shed tears writing this thing. So
last book, though, we're not going to get no more.
Well,
you're breaking my heart here. I got to get into this immediately because I do love Poe. Who could refuse? Look at this cover for Volume 3. Jeez.
Isn't that beautiful? Ryan Caskey.
What? That's a poster. That is poster worthy.
Oh, I know. That's what we wanted. We wanted iconic covers. He's actually at the Spooky King on Instagram, and man, his work is amazing. But I wanted something iconic. I don't want to give away too much, but you see what's happened here. The Raven King has lost his crown.
Oof. There's a lot going on, but it's gorgeous. It's the blacks, the red, the line work, but everything, it's a dark cover, but yet you see everything still so clear. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So well done. Woof, sexy. Yeah. Oh my God, look at this one for Volume 2. What? I did the hell out of this.
Yes, Dave Yukovich. I wanted to have like a family style portrait almost, of our heroes in the story. We have Little Poe, we'll call him. We have Irving Rat. We have Terrence the Crab. See him over there? There he is. And that's Bloodclaw, the Raven.
Okay. So is he the same Raven from the third cover?
No. Okay. On the third cover is Nevermore, the Raven King.
Nevermore. Hey. My man, but what's up with this crab though? He got a little top hat.
Yeah, he's a fiddler crab. Plays the fiddle.
Apparently you can't say fiddle if you're from the UK. I said that once, and they're like,
well, okay, the violin. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he plays.
Sorry, yeah. And there you go. There's the cover by one.
Oh. So wait. So is that really like a size reflection between Poe and the rat right there?
Yes.
Whoa, that's a
I
never seen him that big in New York.
Well, South Korea has they could probably challenge. I'd like to fight them against each other, get like a New York rat and a South Korea rat.
New York rat is gonna have 3 of its boys in the back, and if you feel that I'm down, jump them.
There you go. But you'll see when you actually read the book. He's fractured. He's come to pieces, if you will.
But you can see that there's pain in his eye just in that one picture. I mean, folks, if you focus on this right here, you see there's a lot going on being said without saying much.
You know, and I gave Juan so little direction. You know, I sent him the first book and I said, you know, I'd like to have something iconic where Poe just really pops. And this is what he gave me. And
he's looking like a cross of Wonder Woman and Captain America right there with the sword and shield, son.
And everybody goes, what in the world is Poe doing with the sword and shield? And what is that behind him, right? So it really draws a lot of attention. And
it looks so sick, bro. So sick. I mean, and let's get a little look at some of the interiors right here. I mean, look at the panel work, coloring, the breakdown, the lettering. Talk about this team that you built to create such a beautiful book.
Well, Stephen Legg is the artist on this book. Excuse me, the artist and letterer. And he's worked with some guy named Steve Rude for the last 10 years.
Who's that? No, he's playing. What? The Rude man himself? What?
The dude.
The dude, yeah, Steve Rude, right. The dude, yeah, bro, for real.
So he's been coloring dude's work and you know, going over some of the lines and stuff like that, and you can see a slight comparison, I think, to Steve's work. But Stephen Legg and I, we met online. I think it was on Twitter, maybe, but we just we connected. You know, nice. we connected, and I love this work, but I saw that he didn't have a ton of comic work out there of his own. And I approached him and I told him about the story. I sent him the books and he was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. You know, and then you look at look at the colors on that.
I mean, yeah, who's doing these colors? And look at it. Also, it's panel breakdowns. I'm a big enthusiast of how you break down a page. You know, how my eye is gonna flow as I read. I mean, looking from this to that. Look at what a transition that just fits. So who's doing this coloring? Because they're insanely good.
Minyo.
Whoa.
At
crazy good.
MENNYO, and he's on Instagram and Twitter. His name is Emmanuel Ordez, and he hails from Chihuahua.
Chihuahua.
Yeah, Chihuahua. You know, but he's incredible, and I actually met him through Will Callaghan, who's another creator, and he's incredible. I mean, he really, if you keep scrolling down, you'll actually see
I will.
Print.
But I also want to talk about the lettering too, because look at these letters here, and then you get it like this here. I mean, gorgeous. And look at the placement. Doesn't interfere with the art. I mean, your letterer has an eye.
Stephen Legg, the artist. I mean,
well, really? So he's handling both.
What I'm saying. He is so talented. Yes.
What the hell, bro? What a find, bro! You found the gem. Oh my God! And look at this. You see that? How the panels change so much? Look,
the world tree.
The world tree. Is Papa Smurf under that one?
That's the world tree.
Wow. Oh, look at this cat, yo. I mean, my daughter would love a cat like this. My daughter would love a cat like this. Me, not so much. I'd be terrified.
Yeah, the glowing eye kind of is off-putting.
Now, this is crazy, yo. So who are these fairies? They're all part of this whole verse, if you will? They're all part of the landscape?
Part of Parasomnium. Okay. The world of dreams.
And what the hell's going on here, yo? So you're traversing through multiple worlds here in this dream world, or is the dream world like a multiverse, if you will, to make it easier? Can you answer that?
No, it's all.
Whoa!
Think about it like a dream, right? When you have a dream, it never seems like it goes in like a chronological order. You know, you're kind of jumping around in different areas, look different. And, you know,
I had a dream once where I woke up in real life, fell asleep, and the dream continued like it was part 2. I'm like, and I woke up to tell this to my wife, and it was a horrible fucking dream, bro. That's why I woke up in the middle of it. No. It felt so realistic to me. So I think it's possible that sometimes a dream just takes a pause, like, nah, brother, we're going to finish this.
Yeah. I got something for you. Wow.
Yeah, bro. Let me say, I was going like that. Yeah. Yeah, and look at this design too. What the hell type of castle is this?
Yeah.
It looks about to take off. You're messing with me, yo. You're messing with me, bro. Gorgeous.
Like I said, it's a journey unlike any other, and it incorporates so much of what I love and what Poe loves.
Look at this.
Here we go, little Poe.
Wow. Look at this art, though, and wow.
Stephen Legg is amazing.
So much fun. This is what I call a fun type of book. I mean, look at this, the diversity of the characters, if you will, anthropomorphic, human. I mean, it's like Odin right there.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's Odin.
Oh, wait, it is.
Look at that.
Oh,
right
man.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah.
Now, that's a swashbuckling rat, apparently.
He is. He is. Absolutely he is. He is the guide emeritus. I mean, he is the penultimate guide in Terra Somnium.
And who are these horrible looking creatures behind them?
They are dragons and monsters. I
I
let her go to town. Monica is really, really gifted. And, I found her art online. I was like, oh my gosh, I got to have her do a print for the book. And she knocked it out of the park.
Talk to me, man, because you keep telling. I found them online. So what's real talk? What is your go-to online source? What's the secret sauce, bro? Because you're finding extreme talent, like for real. It's insane. He goes, I don't want to tell you, Al. If I tell you, I have to kill you.
Well, the thing is, I have really amazing friends that I've made. I've been in the comic industry, about 12, 13 years, I guess.
This is why I tell people, excuse me just for 1 second, don't ever be an asshole. Be just a good person, because you never know.
Right.
And look at this. Look what he's done. Oh my God. I'm so uber impressed.
Yeah. I've made friends, and they've introduced me to their friends, and they're all these amazing artists all over the world. A lot in South America. Stephen Legg is in that strange country above the USA, I'm talking about that. I'm kidding, because I have family. My family came from Scotland to Canada, and then
anytime people say Canadians, the first thing that comes to mind is South Park. And do they have flip flop heads? Do they talk like this? No, it's not only playing. Salute to my Canadians.
Yeah, they really do talk like that. So even though Steven says, "No, I don't," I'm like,
No, I don't, eh?
Yeah, no, I don't. They have a singing to their voice.
Hey, so that's like what Puerto Ricans say how Dominicans sound to us. Hey, why you always singing merengue for when you talk? You know what I mean? Just kidding to my Dominican people. We're all from the Caribbean, man. We're all one, for real. It's just having a good time. But let's talk about these pledges too, because apparently, we could either pledge without a reward because we love you so much, or we could just go ahead for a tip jar. We could start with a digital copy of at $15, yo. You got signed physical copies for $30 or more. Digital bundles. Oh, what? A digital bundle? 1 through 3 for $35. What a deal! A signed copy, a print, and a sketch card. Yo, what are we talking about? Them sketch cards, bro.
Stephen Legg is doing them. Yeah, and we've already unlocked 2 stretch goals. So
look at that. Oh, look at that bookmark. Holy shit. That is sexy.
All 3 covers in one. It's beautiful.
Yo,
Pete
that is
Steiner.
sexy. What a blend.
Shout to Pete Steiner. I mean, he did that. He is our jack of all trades and master of a lot of them, actually, at Hocus Pocus Comics. So
get it done, folks. To support the people that are fighting the fight, man, against tyranny and bullshit.
Absolutely.
Support. Let's get to 5,000 now. Let's get to 6,000. Oh my God, look at this.
And there's Terra Somnium.
Woo! Oh my God.
It appeared as a webcomic on Webtoon, actually, and it's a prequel to the Imaginary Voyages of Edgar Allan Poe.
Oh my goodness.
And we've never printed it before, and we'd really like to, but
so wait a minute. So all we gotta do is get to 6 racks.
Yes.
With 6,000 with 7. Oh, come on, man. It's so feasible. You're already at the folks.
Days.
Folks, get the prequel, man. Let's get the prequel.
Yes.
We need this in our collection. Web comics are great and all, but we need some shelf porn, all right?
Yeah, exactly.
This is shelf porn. Love it. Look at this. Yeah, and again, look at the creative team. You know, again, Rebecca. So sorry, I wish you were here.
Yes.
Yo. I wanted to chat with you too. You know, as an editor, and you know, because how do you feel? I mean, this is your lady, and you're saying, "Hey, baby, I'm done. Tell me what you think." And you know, what is the how was that first time like when you gave her your book and she edited it to you? How did that work out, especially as a couple? You know what I mean? Because you're trusting her too. Now, like, okay, check this out. You want to help me? Let's get to it. So how did that first time go?
Well, I mean, it went great because we had such a connection. I mean, for 2 years, I mean, I was in Tennessee. Don't hold it against me. And she was in California.
But you obviously saw a 10. Hey, you get it?
But we had to, you know, to talk through, you know, Google Chat or whatever. We talked a lot for
So
2
you
years.
basically built. So a lot of communication. So you basically caught the flow of one another.
Yes,
really.
Absolutely. We started out as friends.
So it's not like my parents, because you know these are pre-internet days, but you know they were sending letters to one another.
Yeah.
Letters.
Yeah, I mean, that's really what we did. And so by the time we got married, I knew it was meant to be when I said, "You like Star Trek?" And she said, "Original crew only." And I'm like, "Oh."
You went down on your knee that very second. I don't have a ring right now, but
this is it, you know. So here's your airfare. Let's go.
That is so awesome. That's great.
So when I handed my script to her, she had already had some input into it already. But as I handed the script to her and she went through it and everything, and she made some suggestions, and you know, we met in the middle. I mean, we never argue. We always work things out.
We should discuss, come up with a plan, and that's that.
Right. You know, and working with some editors that are, you know,
I've heard horror stories. I've heard them all. I've spoken to. You're like, what podcast number is this? You know, this is definitely over 200. I've spoken to many creators. You know, not just through mine. So I know the stories.
Right. Well, they have a vision for how your book should be, and a lot of times, you know, you end up butting heads with them. I've never had a bad experience with an editor per se.
Okay. But you've had discussions, I'm sure.
Yes, because you know, as a writer, by the time that I hand off my script to the editor, I mean, I've done my due diligence. I've gone through. I mean, you know, Chris Ryell, when he was at IDW.
Oh man, I remember Chris. Yeah,
he was like, "You write so fast and so good." He said, "I never have any edits for you." And I was like, "Well, thank you, but that's just because I'm a perfectionist, and I'm not going to hand off anything that is not, you know, I haven't done my diligence.
Ready to go.
Right.
So I dig it. Yeah, we should never talk stuff about editors because you never know who's going to edit your stuff in the future.
Oh no, Chris is awesome.
I know Chris is dope, man. When he was IDW, I remember I used to get a lot of emails from him. Yeah, for real, bro. I mean, when it comes to the world of that, the premiere, the indie, the big two, I mean, just the comics in general, there's so many great people in that, you know, for real. And then they jump around through so many publishers as well. So 1 minute they're here, 1 minute they're there. Yeah. So,
well, and one cool thing about Chris, I knew him since Movie Poop Shoot. You remember that site?
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah. That's where we actually met and started talking. So he got me, you know, gave me a really cool gig where I got to work with American McGee. You know, created American McGee's Alice, and we're really good friends. He actually supported the campaign.
You go, Chris. Thank you for supporting. I mean, he's a champion for indie, though. I know that. So.
Absolutely. He also hooked me up with Gene Simmons to write a couple of horror stories. So,
did you ever get to meet him? Meet him in person?
I did not get to meet him.
So, but, what about video chat? Something, or was it strictly email?
No. Hey, you know, Chris is like, don't ask. You know, don't ask. So, and I get it, and that's cool. You know, I did a couple issues of Gene Simmons' House of Horrors.
I remember that too.
But
Yeah, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. Because Gene follows Comic Crew. I was like,
yeah,
Gene Simmons, no way. I mean,
absolutely.
I'm a fan. I mean, come on, bro. How could you not be a fan of Gene? I mean, who didn't get those dope McFarlane figures when they came out?
Well, how can you love comics and not love these superheroes on
Of
stage that are
music, yeah.
performing for you? You know what I mean? They're
The heroes of rock, son. Wepa.
Yeah.
Rock gods. Like, they really do look like rock gods performing on stage and all the get-ups, son.
Yeah, I used to go over to my friend's house when I was little, and we played with our Shogun Warriors, listen to Kiss albums, and read comics.
Oh, my God. You're a Shogun Warrior, man?
Oh, yeah.
Bro, we are brothers for life now.
Rated.
High five, bro. Yeah, man. I'm a Mazinger Z type of man, but I had Raiden. Yo, bro, that was the most heaviest toy back in the day. I mean, these toys were made of metal. Like, if you threw this at somebody, you're killing them.
You could hurt somebody.
Yeah. You know, what happened, right? I mean, they used to make a metal heavy to last. I still wish I had that, you know, not that I broke, but, you know, when you're a youngin' and you go to school and mama decides to clean up.
I've still got a Voltron from Japan, the Lions.
Right,
it's got to be the Lions Voltron.
I got him right there. The Lions. I'm a Lions fan. I got a mini. Listen, the car was cool, but there ain't no Lions. Sorry.
I agree. It had to be the Lions.
You know. Oh man, bro, we're homies for life now. Forget about it, bro. So let's keep going. So for 75, you would get prints, you know, 1, 2, 3, right? All book covers, beautiful. For 100, we get signed. Book 50, the Cauldron Collection. Talk about that. That sounds fire.
Isn't that funny? Kevin came up with that as well.
Kevin is a sick marketer. Look at him. Folks, if you want promotion, you got to check out Ink Pub, man.
Yeah, he said, I trademarked that. So, you know, it'll cost you $30,000 to use it from now on. But he was kidding. But he said, what if we do like a Hocus Pocus Cauldron Collection? It's just all your books. And I thought,
nice.
Yeah, you know, all the books that we published so far.
That's great. I love it. And the timeline is August, folks. So chip in. I mean, so everything's printed, ready to go. I mean, where are we at right now? Oh, they're just ready.
Well, we're still coloring book 3, but we're about halfway done. So by the time this campaign is over, it's going to the printer. So we've said August just to give ourselves some wiggle room because you never know with printing. But you know, the book is all the art, the letters are done. We're just, like I said, we're just finishing up on the colors. So it's a very small risk. You know, we are going to get it done, and this is our 7th successful campaign on Kickstarter, and
7 successful campaigns, dude. What a win! Talk about that, bro. What's the secret to a successful campaign, brother? Because I know there's a lot of independent creators out there, and they want to do the ride, so get it done.
The key is to have a good team in place before you even think about doing this. As far as one person doing it, wow. You know, I think Justin Gray does all his own campaigns. Oh, man. He's much younger than I am. So
I'm going to be talking to Justin soon too, kiddo.
Oh, good. He's a good friend.
Oh, dude, I've been a fan of Justin for a long time. You know, I been doing Kickstarter through paper films, you know, with Jimmy P. You know, Justin works with Jimmy, so it's like, yo, Justin does amazing work. So I'm excited for that as well, because just as excited as I was for you, Dwight. Because damn, bro, and then you give me more insight to yourself. I mean, soldier, single dad, you know, pimp player, you know what I mean, creator, publisher, entrepreneur. I mean, bro. How many hats, bro? Do you have a shelf with hats that we're not seeing right now?
A what?
A shelf with hats with multiple hats.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
Doing like that I Love Lucy episode. Hold on. Whoop.
Yeah. You know what?
Well, Dwight, man, you how do you stay inspired, man? Let's talk about that, because you know you're doing things. You got successful campaigns too. So before we get to the secret sauce of campaigns, how do you stay inspired to keep creating the way that you do, bro, on the level that you do?
You know, I see things differently. I think I'm constantly looking at things and wondering why and how. And, you know, I have a wife that really inspires me as well. She's extremely well-read. She's well-traveled. We can talk about a variety of things, whether we're reading poetry back and forth to each other, or we're watching something on Hulu, or Netflix or something. But I'm always looking for inspiration, and I never find a shortage of it. I love to read as well. I love to travel. I love to, have new experiences. So I'm constantly, and I kind of look at it as a kid, I try to be very childlike in the way that I look at things.
Yeah.
I know.
I said that to my job the other day because we reached a number of open tickets that almost seemed impossible, a very low number. And then they were like, Al, did you see this? And I'm like, I'm looking at it with childlike wonder. The whole team just erupted in laughter. Because it's like, but like they understood. It's like, yo, I've never seen this either. So like, wow, I'm impressed. Yeah. And I still feel like that. If you can't feel like that about things at times, bro, then please start thinking about looking elsewhere for other things. Move from where you're at. Because I think that's a very important part of life where you continue to have that childlike wonder of things. It's important. I mean, I fall in love with different things every day and find someone like, oh my God, and I look at it. I mean, me looking at this art, I'm like, I'm in childlike wonder just looking at this. You know what I mean? For example. So I dig it, man. This is why I love comics, man. I'm always surprised. Brings a big smile on my face when I discover someone new, a new story or something, focus on something that I love. Like, oh man, I didn't even know this existed. Like, I love Pooh, so I didn't know. Thank you. It's like, thank you. Don't you worry, man. When I get paid, if we have enough days, when I get paid, I have to get one of these books, bro. I have to.
Awesome. I appreciate it.
So let's get into that Kickstarter question, though. I mean, how did you even figure that out to navigate, to have so many successful campaigns?
We learned by trial and error. Really, the first campaign that I ever put on Kickstarter, it was unsuccessful. I didn't make it.
So number one didn't work out. And what did you learn from that number one that you applied to number two?
Well, that's number two was a learning process as well, because number two, yes, we made our goal. Yay, is wildly successful, but I didn't charge any shipping. It was no shipping. Oh man, bro, we lost our shirts, our socks, our shoes, our hats. I mean,
that means that right now the poor guy's probably going commando.
Well, you can only see my shirt.
Hey, please don't stand up.
Leave it to your imagination. But every time we've gotten better and better at doing them. And this time we were able to work with Inked, with Kevin. He's created these incredible images and stuff and helped us set up the page.
Yeah, and Kevin knows how to contact people. I'll tell you that
very
much.
Professional. Yeah.
I think that's very key for, crowdfunding and independent creators. Like, find someone that knows this marketing world, because your job should just be to create. Find someone that could help you spread the word so you are allowed time to create.
That would be lovely. I think I do more PR than anything else, but
press releases, folks, public relations, not Puerto Rican. I just want to clarify.
All over the socials.
Yeah, but again, you see, that's another thing you had to navigate. No,
yes.
I mean, as a creator, how important is that? I mean, here you are, you learn, you're stumbling through Kickstarter on your first, and your second, you had a little hit. Now, by the third, you learned, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And then you also learn to market in that whole process, right?
And like I said, we had a great team in place. Pete Steiner is, like I said, he's a jack of all trades. I mean, he really got the Kickstarter pages together for us. And I've been out if you Google my name, you'll see, thousands of
a scroll, folks. It's like a long scroll that just unravels. You got to open your garage or to go across the street into the pond almost.
But the way that I did that was by actually getting on all the social. I mean, I was getting on the social networks when they were first coming out, and meeting people. And I actually had a website called deadlightstudios.com when I first started out. And what it was like a place where aspiring creators could come together and meet each other and work together. And you would not believe how many of those people that were, excuse me.
No worries. A networking hub.
Studios. Yeah, I'm old. All right. Have gone on that are working for Marvel or have worked for Marvel or DC.
Nice.
Kevin Scott was a
Oh,
good friend.
really?
Yeah,
I mean, he's murdering it on Star Wars, bro.
Yeah.
What?
A lot of artists, though, like I said, and that's what's so cool about it is, about comics. You find all these people that we can come together for comics, and we're from all over the world. Maybe we don't speak the same languages. I mean, I've had to translate things, and what is it, Babel? A Babel fish or whatever it's called. But but you can basically everything will work together because comics is at the core, and that's really what brings people together in this industry. Is a love of comics. But you see that there's a lot of people that are just doing comics for a job.
Yeah.
That don't love comics. They just, it's what they do. It's
a lot of them are writing just a storyboard trying to get a TV deal instead.
Exactly.
I get it. Trust you me. I know the reals from the fakes, man. And I know you're a real one right here because you've been doing this. And you got even your lady all with you. I mean, that for me is just amazing. I mean, I know very few comic couples in comics, but the ones that I do know, they are like flourishing because they have built a very amazing relationship, not just, romantically, but professionally to create something that actually has value and looks gorgeous. Your wife obviously is doing a wonderful job editing this amazing looking book. Yeah. And I could see why so many people have already put so much behind it. I mean, you already reached your goal. Please, folks, let's get to that 6 racks too, so that way we could help everybody. And I'm gonna pitch in as soon as I get my check in. Yeah, I'll make a students check by check because this is love. Like you talking about love, I do this for love. To talk to people like you to keep inspiring me and putting like a fire under my ass, so that way I could keep doing as well. So people like you inspire the shit out of me, bro. For real. This is flower time, bro. Thank you. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for being brave. Thank you for everything you've done. You just as a person thus far, but as a creator as well. Just thank you for entertaining me as a fan and putting yourself out there. I know that's hard and scary, but know that I love it, and I know many others do too. So, brother, you got to tell me, man. Where can I see you in person? Are you gonna do any cons soon? Can I see you anywhere?
We get out a lot in Florida.
Are you doing MegaCon?
Orlando?
Yes. There's next weekend.
It's next weekend?
Next weekend.
Well, probably not. Because I wasn't aware. We may go by anyways. Because
if you go by, please visit the Geek Fest booth because I will be there in person, and I would love to give you and your lady a pound in person and take a picture, man. Let's get it done, bro. Absolutely. Let's get it done. Pass by. Plus, we'll be doing fan giveaways, so come get your raffle ticket.
Yeah. Well, we went there a couple of years ago. We met up with John Boy Myers because he did a cover for our book as well, and we got, got his autograph.
I'm a Spawn guy, right?
Yeah.
So when Paul Cornell and John Boy came out with the Resurrection issue, I was going through a lot of a health scare with somebody very close to me. And when that came out, well, obviously, you know what that relates to, right? Resurrection, Spawn and his ex-wife at the time. So imagine I'm dealing not my ex, but real spouse, and she had a health emergency, and this came out, and what Spawn was trying to go through to rescue her. It's like, damn, I'm going through that right now, Yeah. So I told John Boy that when I met him at Boston Comic Con and Paul Cornell, I was like, yo, you guys got me with that one fucking issue of Spawn through something that I was dealing with at this time. Because even at that time, while I'm dealing with a personal issue, my brother, do you know I was dealing with a troll as well that was like trying to attack me while I'm dealing with one of the roughest things in my life? And thank God for my second family, which is my Comic Crusaders Undercover Capes team, because they have my back, and it's like, yo, it's not the time, homie.
And that's what's so awesome about comics. I mean, like me growing up, I mean, I was, experienced bullying in school. Yeah. So to me,
who hasn't?
The X-Men, that was my, my go-to, my safe place, and Nexus. also Mike Barron and Steve Rude. But really, X-Men got me through so much stuff and made me want to stick around to see what Claremont was going to do next. And I was so happy that I was able to actually meet him at New York Comic Con. I mean, I just, thank you so much. I'm still here probably because of you, But they do. Comics are there's something special about comics, especially people making comics that love comics.
Yes.
Those are the ones that are special.
Yeah.
They're not throwaway, there's something special about them. Not all of them, unfortunately. Well,
no, listen, I've been through stuff. Hey, there goes the pup.
There's Pip.
Big Pip. Homie is like, yo, why you putting me on camera? I need to sign a contract. That's what the dog's saying right now.
He's been very good though.
Yellow and black. He's a comic crusader. He got the yellow and black.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. I got that because I was like, hey, X-Men colors,
Yo, Pip the Crusader. That's it. Pip is official. Now I have a doggy crusader because I have the Autumn the feline crusader. She actually is a cat that has my colors.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Love that because it's the original Wolverine suit,
Yeah, bro, I'm a fan. That's one of when I got to see someone else's first comic collection, because I thought as a kid that I was the only one for a while, right? So here I am. I have a box full of comics, and I'm talking a box, not a long box, a box like we used to have back in the day. You know what I mean? It's the regular old fucking Downy box. And I met so my aunt got married, and she moved to Brooklyn, and her husband, had a nephew that collected comics. So one day I go to Titi's house and I see this white box, long box, skinny. I'm like, what's that? Oh, my nephew left that here for me to hold, but if you want to look through it, go ahead. It's comic books. I said, stop lying. I'm like, what? So I go through it, and the first comic I pulled out was the reprint of the first appearance of Wolverine.
Oh, nice.
So when I pulled that out, I was like, bro, let me tell you that I was asking my mom every weekend, can I stay at Titi's house today? Because I just wanted to read through the long box before he took it away.
Hey, I totally understand that. How about Frank Miller's Wolverine miniseries?
Oh, my God. Yo, that one, Dwight, the story, I actually had that in my hands maybe about 10 years ago, where a friend of mine lived in Massachusetts. No, shit, I'm lying. It's probably like 14. He lived in Massachusetts. He went to a comic shop that had 3 sets of that, selling them for $15 a pop. So he takes a picture. He goes, yo, Al, look what I just bought for $15. I said, yo, does he have more? He goes, he has 2 more sets. I'm like, my brother, I need you to run back right now. I will fucking PayPal you. I need you to buy me those 2 sets right now. Yeah. And then I told my brother, it was a Wolverine fan. I said, yo, look what this homie found for $15. He's like, yo, Al, I'll give you 20. I'm like, I got you. Don't worry. Yo, he bought them in a quick one. I told him, like, bro, this is what that really worth. Even at the time, he goes, what? I'm like, yo, thank you, and you better pop that shit in the mail tomorrow.
Overnight it.
That's what I love though. Back in the day, it was so much easier. Now there's price gouging, the speculator. I mean, I've seen stores that, shame on you, stores that do that. Oh, if you bring this back issue to the front, we are allowed to look it up on eBay and charge you the eBay price. eBay is not the indicator of value, folks.
No, it's not.
So don't ever do that, because if you do that, I will shit on your store. And I'm no, not literally, but maybe, who knows, if I'm in the mood.
Well, if you're feeling like Amber Heard, right?
Oh my God, yo, you know what? What about if we send Amber Heard to your store?
That's my favorite new television show. Actually, is
that is wild.
Heard, but anyways,
bro, that is the wildest thing I've ever heard. Especially that one thing. I mean, poor dog Pip. You defend your dog brothers,
And the dog's like, I didn't do it.
Yeah, you know what? Are they gonna put the dog on the stand? I don't know. Dwight, you've been an amazing guest, bro. For real, bro. I love the energy. I love the passion. God bless you and your lady on this, folks. For real, check out everything Dwight on that link tree right here. All right, it's Dwight L. MacPherson on Instagram. Please check out his lady, the editor of this wonderful book and more. All right, at Miss Rebecca MacPherson. And Instagram, hit up the publishing press right there, hp.comics. All right. Now they don't just have social. You can visit that website, hpcomics.net. That's what was it? Halo Papa Comics.net. All right. Or Hello Papa. I know if you don't understand where the H comes from. All right. And then of course,
Pocus.
Right there, inked.pub/Hocus Pocus for that Kickstarter. Make it rain on this. This is Edgar Allan Poe. This is Dream World, the imaginary voyages. I mean, it is sick. If you love Poe, if you love beautiful art, independent comics, this is like right up your alley, our alley, my alley, everybody's alley. This is what it is, yo. Dwight, you're amazing. Thank you for everything. Again, you're the big homie. Folks, you know what to do. Follow comiccrusaders.com, undercovercapes.com. Check out the extended family shows like Thick Indie Podcast, Thundercats, Outside the Panels, No Prize, The Final Crusaders, Sloppy Spoilers, Cinema Crusaders. They got something popping for you later today at 7 p.m. EST. Make sure to check it out live. All right. And everyone else, yo. I got an ill family, all right? A large family. And please, folks, keep things positive. Don't attack others. Show love. There's no need to feel hate or jealousy on anyone. If you need help on something, feel free to reach out. We got you, And to you people that are always hating and taking shots on us, it's okay. We still love you. I don't got you, Brock told me. So if you want to have a conversation as men, you know what to do. So with that, I'm Al Mega with the amazing Dwight L. MacPherson. All right? Wepa, my gente. Hasta la próxima. Hey! Thank you for listening to the Comic Crusaders Podcast. If you like the content, please subscribe and turn on notifications. Also, please visit comiccrusaders.com and our extended podcast family over at undercovercapes.com. And also, make sure to download the Comic Crusaders app on the Google Play Store today.